Hi there. Thanks so much for being here and thanks for subscribing to my channel or just coming across this video. My name is Alicia and I did want to do a new introduction as I know some new subscribers have joined the channel and I haven't been on here in a while. So I'm going to give you guys a full update of where I am both personally and with my business, as well as, why I started this channel and just getting back to the roots of it. So without further ado, my name is Alicia. I'm 28 years old. I'm an online entrepreneur. I've been doing this for the past 3 years now. And so I really wanted to start this YouTube channel to document the journey, help other entrepreneurs, and just give some tips around my field. So my background is in finance. I did finance for 2 years actually out of college. And before that, I worked at Starbucks and another coffee company as I was going through college and just learning some leadership skills and making money that way. I've always loved working, it's been a big part of my life. And I just recognized that I wanted something more than a 9 to 5 job, than commuting every day to work. And so I discovered entrepreneurship. And since then, I'm just really passionate about helping other people in entrepreneurship. So, some of the goals of my channel is educating people on entrepreneur skills. So, what I do is I help people generate leads in their business. I help with sales, with some tech things like setting up courses. I do appointment setting. And really have learned a lot in my journey about sales, about marketing, about businesses in general. And I think that that should be commonplace. I really love having these conversations with people, which is another reason why I started this YouTube channel. Is it can be pretty lonely being an entrepreneur. And the person that I used to talk to about this all the time, we don't really communicate as much anymore. And so I just wanted a place to be able to talk about my journey of entrepreneurship and got really excited about all the things and share them with you. I also want to document the process. So, in being an entrepreneur, as well as just everything else that you do in life, it is a journey. And so, I want to be able to look back on this in, a few years and just see how far I've come, what I've learned, and help you guys along the way. So that if you guys are growing a business, you can also look back on this in a few years and see how far you've come. And just sharing the lifestyle around having a business. I think that it can be really interesting trying to juggle working from home, having a business, and having that be a priority, but also prioritizing other things in your life. And so I'll be documenting how I'm going about that. I am also such a productivity nerd. I love to know what helps me get the best results, what helps me earn the most money. And then I also love to read. So just reviewing books on here. I think that it contributes to my business. I also think it's a hobby. And so this channel just kind of encompasses all of that. And I'm so, so grateful for everyone who watches and just really excited that you guys are here. So now that I've done the introduction, I'll go ahead and let you know what I've been up to these last couple months and what I'm focusing on right now in quarter 3. So, there's been a really recent shift in my personal focus. So, if you guys were here, I started this channel at the end of 2023. And my goals and dreams for 2024 was work remotely, kind of travel as much as I can, really live that digital nomad lifestyle. And I actually decided against that. Over the last few months, it's not really a goal for me in 2024 anymore. That doesn't mean that that goal won't be coming back into play at some point, but I really just want to live a very low key lifestyle right now, really get my business in order, my finances in order, um, and just work on my goals and really feel solid in my lifestyle as well as my business before I just go anywhere and everywhere. I'm just really craving right now that stability. And so I've kind of pulled back a little bit from posting a lot online, being on social media, making a lot of videos. I do want to keep making videos, but it just hasn't been my primary focus. I am really working diligently towards my goals. And so a lot of that is just spending more time on client accounts, trying to gain more income in the business, and even work to the point where eventually I can outsource some tasks. But yeah, and other things that really matter to me right now is just improving my health, and focusing on spiritual and mental growth. So it's been very much an inward journey, where I thought it was going to be this outward journey of kind of going everywhere in the world. I just realized, like, hey, let's get some stability first. And I don't feel like I've hit the point where I am completely stable in my business or my finances. And so, yeah, just really doubling down right now. So I'll show you guys what that looks like in terms of how I'm breaking it down. So, really right now my quarter 3 goals are nurturing my current clients. So I have a spreadsheet down here and I won't go into it, but I track how much time I spend on each client each day. And that is really the basis of what I'm doing right now, is just keeping my head down and really trying to perform for my current clients. I did go through a phase about a month ago where I brought on more clients, but I'm not really in that building phase necessarily right now. It's just building within the current clients that I have. Just implementing growth plans for my income and prioritizing health and wellness. So outside of my work each day, being able to take walks, being able to learn more about health, being able to invest in that, and really just get my mindset right and have consistent routines. So down here in the corner, I track my work habits. I'm not going to go through those ones, but I track mental and spiritual health habits too. So being able to dedicate an hour or so a day just purely focused on that. I track my physical health habits, so how well I'm sleeping, how much I'm walking, and just really trying to get everything to a really good point that I feel like feels good every single day. Now, going into business growth and client focus. So, right now, cultivating a strong relationship with my clients is 100% my focus. Each one of my clients, I'm not only just performing with, but like growing in their business alongside of them. So, some of these roles I can see being really big in the future. And some of them I see growing even right now. And so, it's been really good just to keep my head down, work with them and see where their journey takes them. I love being a part of growing businesses. I love all the clients I work with right now. And really, that's kind of the day to day. Like, I think a lot of people view success as like you're here and then all of a sudden it just takes off. And I think that success really comes from the boring kind of day to day tasks that are essential to get done, but do need to get done. And so, finding stability in working more hours, finding stability in being able to handle more responsibilities, higher client workload, and grow from there. And I think that I've seen over the last month that now I'm putting almost 10 more hours a week into just specifically client growth, client time. And I love that. I think that before I was kind of putting that time into like, let me learn new skills, let me take these trainings, let me do all these things. But now it's just purely focused on the client. And I think that's what is giving me the income and giving me that mental stability too, of like, hey, my business is stable right now. And I really love this season. So like I said, lack of focus on courses and other projects. This is not forever. I still want to keep learning and growing through courses, education. I want to do more projects. But I've had to really say no to a lot recently that takes any of my focus away from my client work. Uh, and right now it's just focused on executing. I think before I had this shiny object syndrome where I would go from thing to thing and try and take every opportunity, and it would just really pull me away from what I'm trying to do here, which is, you know, grow my business, help my clients. And so that's just been the main focus recently, is getting there, and I've been able to do it. And I think that that has been a huge blocker to me in the past, is just not staying consistent with what's going right and trying to look for new things, where now I'm kind of just pushing away everything else and keeping with the status quo. Um, Emphasis on execution over training. So, like I said, I will be doing further training. I will be posting on social media again. And I'm fully committed to that. But I think at this season, like, I really just need to stay focused on client work. I will be posting to YouTube more so than other platforms, because it is a long-term goal of mine to be able to, grow this YouTube channel. And I also think that I learn a lot through talking through it, and it feels really good to just be able to share what I'm up to. But I'm not necessarily looking for more clients, so not really posting on Instagram or Facebook so much right now, or TikTok, just YouTube. All right, prioritizing holistic well-being. So you could kind of split this into 2, 3 categories. Physical health is a really huge value of mine, and trying to couple that with business is really interesting. I did start this business because I was struggling with some health issues, and so physical health is like huge on my list. I've made a lot of changes over the past few years, and it definitely has helped, but there's still some things to work on. And so right now, really, one of the main goals is lowering stress, and then also working with someone to figure out, what else do I need? What else can be optimized? And so, yeah, physical health really is coming first for me, like making sure I get enough sleep, making sure that I'm able to go for my walks, taking supplements, being able to have a low stress lifestyle right now, and then just manage symptoms as they come up. And I see less of them, I think, than a year ago, but also just keeping in mind that overworking doesn't help that, and neither does underworking, because you got to have the money in order to invest in your physical health, but you also need to have the time. So it's such a balance, and I could go more into this in another video if you guys would like it, of all the things I'm doing for my physical health right now. But just know that it's a huge priority for me, and it's always been kind of at the top of my list, and it's really a reason why being an entrepreneur is so important to me, so I can have the funds to be able to invest further in my health and be able to better it even more. So that's one side of the puzzle. And then the other is spiritual and mental health. So, like I said, I do track those every single day of how much time I'm putting into it. And right now, what I'm trying to do is spend more time on that than social media, as well as make that kind of the dominant voice in my head of spiritual or mental uh, podcasts or music or anything like that, like making that the dominant thing versus any sort of other media in my life. And that's really helped. I do track how I feel every day mentally as well. So, just getting that to a point of stability. And this next slide goes through, more mental health. So, again, self care, um, seeking support, being able to just really focus on having that be good, because if you don't have your health, then it's not worth having a business. Now, going back more into personal goals, I have stated on this channel several times that my goal this year in 2024 is to read 50 books. It was last year and I fell short. I read 31 books, but luckily this year I'm still on track to read 50 books as of my Goodreads little update. So I do want to share more videos on my reading progress. I did a full video on what I read in quarter 1, and I do plan on releasing the one that I did in quarter 2. I know we're 18 days into July of when I'm recording this, but I hope to have that up soon for you. I really love sharing about what I read. I think that it helps me as a person, it helps me as a business owner, and I just want to share all of that with you as well. Which brings me to the next point, which is just a shift in my reading preferences. So, over the last couple months, I was reading mostly fiction at the beginning of the year, and I got to a point where I was reading fiction books that were just making me so sad. And so I kind of shifted into reading business professional books. And then I went more towards mindset and healing. And I'm still reading some fiction in there, but trying to be a little bit more picky about what I'm reading. And it's just been a time in my life where I'm really focused on growth as a whole person. And so you'll be seeing other books popping up on here than maybe just the fiction. I've been working on forgiveness, like letting go of stuff, growing my business, obviously, spirituality, and just, yeah, you'll see it in the books that I read that it's kind of changed. And I think it's definitely an ebb and flow. Like sometimes you need the fiction to escape things. And I still listen to that daily as well. But sometimes you also need these books where you're diving deep on a specific topic that is coming up for you, and you just have a book that you can read. And so I'm really excited to share some of the things that I've been reading because I think a lot of people need these books, and I'm excited to share what they've been about and just long term projects in general. So, everything I'm doing right now is really, I'm looking for that long term result. Like the clients I have, I think long term it's going to be really cool to see where that goes. Long term and just my book goals, long term and this YouTube channel, and really just setting the foundation for success and growth. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Again, just kind of staying low key in quarter 3, and just really anticipating a very low key rest of 2024. Um, yeah, focusing on client growth, focusing on stability, focusing on my finances, focusing on my mental and spiritual health, achieving my reading goal, and just personal relationships and being able to forgive and reconcile and being able to just really go into 2025 like with everything very peaceful, very stable, and we'll see where we go from there. But I just want to say a big thank you for liking my videos, for subscribing, for finding value in my channel, and would love to know what kind of things you guys want to learn throughout the year. Is it more about business? Is it balancing it all? Productivity, books, health? Happy to talk about all of them. And thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.